Hello, yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So here we have secondary test. Now with secondary test, what do you notice about secondary test?
It doesn't go to the
Top. It doesn't go
line.
to the top,
Yeah,
right? But we notice one thing. Is it bullish or bearish?
it is bullish.
This is bearish. Why? Because we notice lower high. We notice
okay.
lower high. So this is bearish, right? Okay. So sometimes secondary test will occur in the mid, sometimes it will occur over here. Got it? So don't get confused. Okay? So now after secondary test, because this line is not touched, secondary test is occur here. So we will draw another line from here to here, another line. Got it? And let's mark this line with dotted line, dashed line. Now after secondary test, what happens? The price goes down and comes back to this position. Now, what do we call this position? What is it? Upthrust, UT. Am I right? Upthrust.
Yes. Yes.
Now, after upthrust, what will happen? Sometime the price after upthrust will go down, the price will come back again, and then it will make UTAD. Okay, but this is not always the situation. You have to understand the concept. You don't have to just say, okay, UTAD. There is no UTAD, right? Okay. In this situation, there is no UTAD. UTAD will not occur every time. Got it? Okay. Now, you will see one thing during the secondary test. Okay, during the secondary test, after observing overbought and buying climax, the secondary test. Okay. Now, how do we know that we are in bearish market? Right. Now we will know after OB plus BC overbought and buying climax, AR will form. Okay. And trading range will be defined. Okay. AR will be the support, or we call it as ICE. Okay. Buying climax will be resist. Got it? We have to draw resistance lines from the buying climax and this. Okay. Okay. Now, second thing is sometimes secondary test will come at the same level as buying climax, but at other times secondary test will make lower high as compared to buying climax. Okay, both are fine situations. In both situations, we are bearish. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, and then the third thing is secondary test will have lesser volume or lower volume and narrow spreads. You know what is spreads?
The length of the bar.
Yeah, the length bar. We will have secondary test will have narrow spread and lower volume as compared to buying climax. Okay, this shows that commitment from buyers is decreasing. Because if the commitment from buyer is increasing, it should have greater spreads and higher volume. Am I right? But if it has low volume, because volume is an energy, right? Okay. If they have low volume and low spread, so it means that the commitment from the buyer is decreasing. Got it?
Okay.
So you will see all of these characteristics in the secondary test. Okay. The third point you have to remember, when secondary test is formed as same level as BC, buying climax, we do not need to draw secondary resistance line. Got it?
Okay.
But if secondary test is formed at lower high as compared to buying climax, then we need to draw secondary resistance line. Okay, got it?
All right.
Okay. We will observe UT upthrust and or UTAD, whatever is formed, on either primary resistance line. What is primary resistance line? Primary resistance line is the one formed at the buying climax. Line or secondary resistance line, whatever the situation. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. For example, shall I remove this or you want to read this also? If you
It's
want to
okay.
read,
You can continue.
okay. If you want to read, you can read it out. Okay, very simple. Okay, for example, if the secondary test is formed, for example, right now second test is formed at this level, but let's suppose the price goes up and second level is formed at this level, then you need to observe upthrust on this level. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, but here in this case, when the secondary test is formed when the secondary test is formed below or at the lower high than the buying climax, then you have to draw a secondary line of resistance. Got it? And you have to observe the upthrust over this position, not over here. So after you see secondary test with a lower high and you're waiting for the market to come here, then you're just wasting your time because the market would not come here. We have already formed a lower high. Got it?
Okay. Right.
Right? So our upthrust, we should observe upthrust at this level, not at this level. Okay? So upthrust. So upthrust, what will happen? So if you compare the volume, as I told you, if you compare the volume of overbought, which is here, and if you see the over secondary test volume, which is here, you see that the volume is decreased. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, volume is decreased. And at upthrust here, as I told you, at a secondary test, you will either see two positions, right? Okay, you will see either no demand, no supply, or you will see, means the main characteristics is that secondary test, after what happened at the secondary test? Can you see? I told you at a secondary test, you should observe two things, either no demand, what do you know what is no demand? Or you should see effort versus no result, EV and R. No demand means bullish bar with small spread having volume lower than previous two bars volume. Got it?
Okay.
I have told you about this before in my previous webinar. If you want to see, you can rewatch my previous webinar, then you will understand no demand. Now we have effort versus no result. Effort versus no result is exactly similar like no demand, but it is opposite. Okay, no demand is small spread bullish bar with high volume. Okay, because I told you in the small spread. Okay, when I told you that in my previous video, I told you that volume must correlate spread, right? If the spread is low, then the volume should also be low. If the spread is high, then the volume should also be high. But if the spread is low and the volume is high, where is the extra volume coming from? When spread is low, but volume is high, then where is extra volume coming from? It is coming from sellers, hidden sellers. Got it?
Okay.
Hidden sellers are forming the extra volume. Got it? So if you see here on this extra, in this point, and now if you observe the secondary test bar and you see the volume, what happened to the spread? Hold on. Hello? कौन बात कर रहे हैं? कादिर? अच्छा 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 कादिर मैं आपको 10 मिनट बाद कॉल कर, ठीक है? ओके. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. Now, if you see this bar, what happened to this bar? Okay, the spread is increasing and volume is increasing. Is there any no demand or effort versus no result bar here on the secondary test? Is there any no demand or effort versus no result bar here?
The red color bar.
No, I'm talking about this bullish bar, the secondary test bar.
Okay.
Okay, this is what? Okay, you see the spread is increasing. Okay, the spread increased and the volume also increased. Is there any anomaly? Is there any anomaly? No. So it means so this secondary test requires retesting. Will require retesting if there is no presence of no demand and or effortless no result. So either you should notice, either you should witness effortless no result or no demand. What is different is no demand, effortless no result means EVNR means small spread bullish bar with huge volume. Got it? No demand means, as I told you, small spread bullish bar with volume lower than volume of previous two bars. Got it? Do you understand or not?
Okay. All right.
No, do you understand or not? I feel like you are confused here.
I think I'm okay.
You okay? All right. So now if you compare, as I told you, that when we don't see no demand or effort, no result in the secondary test, then we require retesting. What retesting? Now retesting is occurred over here. Did you see? Now you see this bar. If you compare this bar here, you see it's a very small spread bar. Can you see? It's a small spread bar, just comparatively very small spread bar. But you see the volume here. Can you see?
Yeah.
This is known as effort versus no result. Got it?
Okay.
Now, now I will show you no demand here. This is what? This is again effort versus no result. Can you see? small spread bar, F is more than average spread. Okay. Now, if you see this bar, here is no demand. I show you no demand. No demand is this one here. This one is no demand. This arrow one, this one. You see here? Can you see? The volume here is lower than the previous two volumes. So let me just recording it done. Paste it. All right. Okay, this is what? This is no demand. ND. Okay. Now, if you see here, we have upthrust. Now, after seeing this F versus no result bar, what do we see? We see upthrust. And upthrust, what do we see? Increase in volume. Can you see? Upthrust will have increase in volume. Okay. UT will have narrow or average spread with increased volume. It is temporary bullish move to the upside of resistance. Got it? It's temporary move, which immediately reverses. Below the resistance line. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Now this one, as I told you. Okay, this one here. If the price goes up, okay, and then after going up, what happened? The price immediately reverses. Can you see? So upthrust can be on one bar or upthrust can be on several bars. It does not matter, because we will not take our trade on upthrust. We will only take a trade on the test of upthrust when the price retests upthrust over here. Got it?
Okay.
Now this is test of upthrust. Okay, just right here. What we call it as in the Wyckoff terms, this one here, where the price is coming back, and you see this moving average. The price test this moving average here. Either the price will come back and test this one, secondly this line resistance, or it will test this moving average line. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay, we call it as, this moving average is known as, or this test is known as test of, I told you, test of UT. Got it? TOUT, test of upthrust. Okay, this test of upthrust. And what do you see on the test of upthrust? This bar here. Can you tell me what kind of bar is this?
Hmm.
We call it as EVNR, effort versus no result. Why? Because the spread of this bar is same, but volume is high. Can you see?
Okay.
This is effort versus no result. How about this bar? How about this bar? This bar, which is here. You see the volume? The spread is low, okay? And the volume is lower than the previous two bars. Can you see? This is known as no demand. ND, no demand. Got it? So
Okay.
here we have
Okay.
no demand as well. We can sell our trade. We can sell our trade right over here as well if you want, on the no demand, or we can also sell our trade on this part, which is effort versus no result. It's up to you. Okay. Got it? These both are ideal position to sell the market. Got it?
Okay.
All right. So once you are selling, for example, if you sell on the no demand right over here, okay, this is your selling point. Here will be your stop loss. This stop loss. Here would be your stop loss. Stop loss would be above the high of the last swing high. Last swing high is which one? UT is the last swing high. Am I right?
Yes, correct.
So the stop loss will go above last swing high. And how about the target? I told you the take profit target would be the AR, this automatic reaction line, the support. just below it, make it 2. So you will get 2.07 reward to risk ratio. Got it? It's one simple trick.
Okay.
And your first position can also be developed right over here. Okay, all right. And your last one, because here we don't have any kind of, it's very difficult to mark the last one. This one here. So we'll just mark over here, last one high. And this one is also possible. You can also sell on upthrust. After upthrust, this first sell position. After upthrust, we see the test of upthrust, this second sell position. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens, as I told you here, now the price is reversed. Okay. Now we have achieved a target, got it? And then we can do one more thing, that after we have seen this kind of thing, right? We can draw this channel right over here. Okay, for example, that you want to hold your trade, as I told you, we don't know how far the price will go, right? For example, if you say, okay, we have put a position here, but I want to trade for more longer targets. From where will you exit? Will I exit at this point? Will I exit this point? At this point? Ultimately, the price will go to this point, but it will take a lot of time. Got it? It will rotate, and then because after this distribution, what do we see? This is what? Redistribution, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
After the redistribution testing, and then after redistribution, it will go down and finally reach its target. But the problem with this kind of strategy is that if you are trading for longer period, it will take a lot of time. And what I do, I take multiple trades. For example, my first trade here, first trade I will take here, second trade I will take here, third trade I will take here, fourth trade I will take here. Got it? So I'll take multiple small trades rather than taking huge trade. Got it? Now, my point is, how do we know where this market will go, whether it will reach this point or not, this last point? So what I will do one thing. Okay, I will draw this line. So let me draw this line. Okay, I will draw this line from this high to this high. Okay, and I will wait for here. So what will happen? I will wait for the market. The market will actually, the price will go here, and the price will finally come down to this point. It will now oversold, and after oversold, what will happen? You will see selling climax, and then the price will reverse. Got it?
Okay.
If you are in a sell position right over here, you sell the market right over here, you can hold the market all the way to this side, to overbought. Because when we draw this channel, we saw that the price will make an overbought right over here. Am I right? And there is a line of resistance over here as well, on the last swing low, on last major swing low, because this was a distribution. This is accumulation. So the accumulation low, the low of accumulation will be a target. Okay, low of accumulation. And then this is oversold. So oversold. So we have two confluence factors. Number one, why we can confidently place our target, take profit target over here, because we know that the price will be oversold right over here, and then we have a low of accumulation. So if you are taking this trade, okay, if you are in a huge position, it's a 6.68 hour, but it will take up to, maybe it can take up to 2 days. Got it?
Okay.
We don't know how far the target will move, right? How far will it move? Like how much time will it take? So the better strategy is you keep on taking small positions, like sell position here, and then sell here, okay, test here, sell here, take profit here. And then when we see upthrust here, now you see the similar structure over here. You see the similar structure over here. Okay. So if we sell over here, for example, this is what? This is upthrust. Am I right? Upthrust.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we sell our position right over here, like so if we press sell here, take profit is here, stop loss is here. Where would be a take profit? I told you the take profit would be this line here. This would be my take profit. Yes, the price can go more down, but I'm not interested over here. Right? I'm only interested over the sell point. And then within this one, what do we notice? Once we see the upthrust, before upthrust, what do we notice? The price came back and reversed over here. So it means that this is also acting as line of support. And what is this? This is spring, am I right? So you can
Yes.
also buy your position right over here. I can also buy over here, or I can buy over here, wherever I want to like it. There's my stop here, and my target would be the last swing high, this one. So I can buy in both ways. And finally, what will happen once we are buying? What I want to tell you, for example, if it was like this, right? During test of upthrust, right? This one here, if we buy over here, if we buy over here, right? If we buy over here, so we know that the price will move all the way to the secondary test. Am I right? Can we take this trade or not?
Yeah. Feels a bit risky though.
Yeah, it's a bit risky, but I know that the price has made automatic reaction and a secondary test. So once the price comes down and tests this region, it will go to secondary test and make upthrust. So the safest point, I can take this trade as well, a very short-term long trade. Got it? So you can take multiple trades.
Okay.
For example, if I have this one, right? What do we have here? A selling climax, secondary test, and then the price came back here, came down, okay? So if we call it this one as, let's suppose selling climax, okay, and this one as automatic reaction, got it? Sorry, automatic rally. And after automatic rally, I know the price came back and tested this region. So if I want to sell this market here, can I sell? Yes, I can sell, but I will take my profit right over here at this point. Okay. But the problem here is if I take my target right over here, it will work all the way down, right? It will come at some point, you see. I have reached my target here. But the problem here is my reward to risk ratio is 1.81. Right? So I will not take the trade which is lower than 1.8, which is lower than 2. Got it? My reward to risk ratio should be 2. Only then I will take my trades. Otherwise, I will not. Okay. And now, as I come down here, okay, it hit my stop loss. It went up here again. Now I came back here and I take my trade here, right? Got it? Now you try to judge this. One thing you need to judge here. Okay. Right? If I take my trade right over here, this is a point where I can take my trade, which is no supply, no demand. Okay. Where would I exit? I would exit in the last low. This was the last low. Got it? So I can exit my trade. A very short-term trade right over here. And then after I test this market here again, got it? Okay, I can place my stop here and my target could be last high, which is this one, not this one. I'm talking about this one. And then it reaches this last. Got it? Similarly, I can also, so I can make, so this is selling kilometers, automatic reaction, secondary test. This is secondary test. Okay. And this one is test of swing. So I will take this trade, right? Got it? So I can take multiple trades. This is upthrust. After upthrust, I can take this trade. I know that I can reach. So every time within a range, I can take my trades right over here on the support and resistance, multiple trades. Got it? Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I can take short-term trades, very short-term trades. Unless and until now, if I see the upthrust here, once I see the upthrust here, let's suppose once I see this upthrust, now I am sure that the price is going to go down. Right? Because we are coming down, okay, coming down, and then we see the upthrust right over here, you see? And upthrust is on, and after upthrust, we see a very, very huge down, right? Now I know that the price is going to go down from here. So what will happen? I will tell you what will happen. What will happen? The price will come back to this region. As I told you, the price will either after upthrust. When we see upthrust, the price will either test this region, this moving average, or it will test the last one. So in this case, the price will test this region, which is known as test of upthrust. We will call it as TOUT, test of upthrust. And after this test of upthrust, what will happen? The price will reverse and fall back again. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's go for the accumulation structure now, this one. Okay. Now this is what a very small structure here. Once we see here, this one. We draw from here. First of all, we have to draw the channel. Can we draw a channel over here? 2 minutes. Now it's very risky. It's very hard to draw the channel over here. So what we can do, we can convert it to 1 minute chart. Okay. When it's hard to draw a channel, you can convert it to the lower time frame. Okay, this is the important concept. Now you can draw the channel here. Okay.
Usually, what's your range? 1 minute to 5 minutes? Is it?
My range is 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and 5 minutes. But 1 minute, I don't usually go for 1 minute. I'm just, for example, if I want to, if the market is not clear in 2 minutes, then I will go to the 1 minute chart. Got it? Just to draw the structure.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now I know that within 2 minutes, the structure is clear. I see an overbought right over here with increased volume, and then it's kept down, and then the price finally breaks to the upside, right? So we see here as, first of all, overbought plus selling climax plus SOT, shortening of thrust. I think I told you what the shortening of, right? We are making less and less progress to the downside. And after shortening of thrust, we rallied. So we will call it as what? This one we known as, we'll call it as selling climax. Am I right? And how about this one? When the price rally to the top, here we call it as automatic rally. Now I told you, once we see automatic rally and selling climax, we will draw the line, support and line. This is step number 2. Now you have clear, this is line of support, this is line of resistance. Okay, this one is what? This one. What we call it as? Secondary test. Am I right? Okay, and what
Why
happens?
again? Why is it secondary testing?
This is secondary test because we are testing, we fell down, we test the market, and then we went up. Right? You see the structure here, try to see the structure. The price goes down, goes up here. Okay, so no, this one is not secondary test. Got it. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. No mistake, right? Because the AR is here on the top. Now the price fell down, and then we see a huge. This one is secondary test. Am I right? Right?
Okay.
Secondary test has one more characteristic. What do we see in a secondary test? It is not secondary test plus one more thing. It is also spring because it is breaching the selling climax range. So we will call it as secondary test plus spring. Right? Right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And after secondary test, what we see here, this one, and spring. This is what? Test of spring. Got it?
Okay.
Now you see the spring. Now volume on spring will increase and spread will also increase. And it closes on the mid. When the bar closes on the mid, it means there are sellers coming from the downside. So this is spring. Second test plus spring. And then this is test of spring. So I can take my position from here. I can use my stop loss here. And I will say that my target would be here. But the problem is, will I take this trade or not?
No.
Why? Because the risk to reward ratio is 1. It's less than 2. I will not take this trade. So I will come down. It will test here again. And now after test, I see this one. Okay. Test here. Do you see here no demand? Do you see here this point? If you see this bar here, this one. What do we see here? And no demand. Can you see?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the point where I
Widespread,
can take.
but no volume.
Yeah. I can take my trade right away. And stop loss would be here again. The problem is, if I exit at AR, will I take this trade or not? Yes, I will take because the reward to risk ratio is 2.24. Got it?
Yep.
So
Okay.
you have to think. You have to, okay, one is when you see the setups, you will not take the trade immediately. You have to see whether we have a favorable reward to risk ratio or not. Got it? So this is test of spring. And after test of spring, when the price goes up, what do we call it? This one. I told you. Jump
After?
across the creek.
Ah, okay.
JAC. Okay, jump across the creek is when we break the resistance. And you will see when we observe the jump across the creek, there will be increase in volume. See, increase in volume during jump across the creek, increase in volume. Got it? And then we will have rally back to I. This one is what? I told you, when the price jumps across the creek and then comes back and tests here again. What we call it as? LPS, last point of support. Got it?
Okay.
Now the price can test this region as well. For example, the price goes up and then the price tests this region. Or the price just temporarily goes up and then tests this region. Both are fine. So we call it as LPS. And what happened during LPS? Can you see? The spread is decreasing and volume is also decreasing.
Volume is decreasing.
So this shows us that the commitment of seller is decreasing. And now this is our second position where we can take a trade. Our last high was this one, right? So we can confidently take this trade. Yeah. Got it? And I also know that this was a point where this was the last major support. Got it? Oh, sorry. This was the point where it was the large major resistance. You got it? Now you see the market did reach this point, but it took a very long time. How many bars it took? You see? I tell you how much time would it take. You see, it finally reached here. So if this market reach over here, so you know that this will also reach this point. Am I right? This will also reach this point, but after a very, very long time. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Okay. And you know that this is spring here. I will take this here. Okay. And I will exit my trade right away. So do you understand how will, and after this, after LPS, I got another situation where there's a test here. I will take this market here. Why? I will take my trade over here because you will see this is also a test. Okay, you see here and see the volume. Can you see?
Yeah.
This is what? This is no supply. So I will take my trade here as well. I will take my trade here. I will take my trade. So I have 3 positions. Got it? 3 multiple positions. Okay. And I know if I just draw the channel right over here, let's just draw a simple channel right over here. I can just exit. For example, I draw my channel from here to here. I can exit right over here. Got it? So if I'm taking my trade, this is another way to take. So I can exit either over this point, the last high, which is this one, or I can exit at the overbought. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So you want to continue more or you want to revise the topic, right? So you got an idea. And this one, jump across the creek, this is LPS, and what happens this one? Well, the price comes back and then we see that the price again it breaks the structure. We will call it as, again, this one is also known as jump across the creek. Got it? So we have 2 jump across the creek. Number 1 is this one, number 2 is this one. Got it? And then after this, we test the market right over here. This is a test here. This is LPS. Got it? Now the price goes.
Okay.
This one is LPS. This one is LPS. Got it? Because it is testing this moving average. Okay? Yeah, hold on. So, got it? Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
So I will stop this webinar. I will conduct the webinar again, but this time the webinar will not be recorded. So it's just like give you a basic idea about it. Okay.
Okay.